Okay, well hello again friends, and welcome to another Prefect 99 live stream. You are watching, thanks very much for joining, and I apologise for the 5 or 6 minute delay. Active Sky, I tell a lie, Explain, did not want to seem to play selecting the weather to correspond with Active Sky, so I had to shut it down a couple of times and eventually it worked. It looks like it's working at least, so that was a little bit odd. Maybe I'll go back to 11.41 after I've done some beta testing. Or maybe I'll have a beta copy with bare minimum plugins, because it's certainly not playing for me. Anyway, here we are with a 3-in-1 trip. We are loaded up on FSEconomy to get some fake dollar for our trip. We are with American Airlines Virtual, who use, all the virtual airlines I use the same smart cars software, so that just makes things a bit easier. I've signed up with Qantas. If you saw the last stream, I was waiting for that, so we'll definitely be doing an Aussie flight at some point, maybe at the weekend. Although timings wise it'll either be late at night or early in the morning for us. Anyway, here we are with American. Oh, and we're on ProjectFly as well, I think. Oh wait, I can't see it. Should have started. But here we are at Detroit Metro, Wayne. What is the name of this airport? Wayne County. I don't think I've got any ATC. So Chicago's online and Indy Center is online. So we will speak to Indy. So I've got the flight plan here. If we leave on time, we'll be speaking to Indy at 19:53 Zulu. So about 45 minutes from now. I've got my charts, I haven't got them loaded up, but the route is in SimBrief, and here we are, just like the real flight, stand Delta 28. Let me have a look on the radar and see if there is anybody here, or if we are the only departure. One departure, one arrival, and the person that's coming in is north of Denver, so we're not going to be seeing them. So, just us. Oh no, I tell a lie, there is somebody else here in a 7-4. Northwest 25 NWA, I assume that's northwest. Oh no, they've gone, they're miles away. So, nothing for our local area. Indy's online, Atlanta's online. We're of course going to Charlotte. And there is a Sigmet down that way. Charlotte in North Carolina. But anyway, that's it. So, without further ado, let's hop in the jet. There's nobody else here. Cold and darker as always. I've set the switches up. Got the lights on steady, ready to go. Get rid of the Zibo branding, and we'll start up. Battery, come on. Emergency exit lights. Can come on, the lights are on, ready for AC power. We've got ground power. And we can get the irises aligning. 7 minutes again. Got that bit further south down here. So, your damper can come on. Normal. Auto. Fuel temp. That's what you'd expect. It's in degrees Celsius, isn't it? We're going to check the cross feed. All the pumps can stay off. We are going to have to defuel because it is FSE. Cabin util IFE are on. Lights are set. Chimes are both off. Igniter's right. Diff pressure is 0. Pumps can come on. Test the window heat lights. You of course don't have to do that if you've done the full lights check. Packs to auto, recircs are on auto, APU can stay off. Our cruise today, just zoom in so you guys can see, there we go, 370. We are quite light, pretty short sector, and 750 on a landing out. The alternate, not sure where that is, the name of it is not far away, got listed, so that's the initial overhead done. On to the MCP here. Minimums are set to barrow. Inches because we're in the States. Set the flight directors on. That's set to 100. That will set to the runway heading. That was set to an odd number. Forces are fine. Flaps symmetrical both up. Gear down 3 green. Auto brake test. Disarm. Got a lot of fuel on. 2840, 2810. Down here. Set. There was a question on the forums today. How do you listen to VHF? How do you listen to COM2? That's the button there. In reality, you'd get the volume with it. Whichever one of these you select, it will automatically switch to that listening, even if it's off. So, there you go. That's how you do it. I'm going to set both those to VHF1. We are on Unicom. It's unmuted. That's us essentially done. Now, I've got to defuel the aeroplane. So, we want 38 times 2, 76. Doors are open, so let's get fuel down to 7600. Call the fuel truck and payload from the OFP. I think there we go, we've got 118 packs. No cargo. Will do us. And what does that give us? A zero fuel. 117676. About 500 pounds light. Whatever. Not the end of the world. And we'll see how that loads up. So I'm going to leave it on that page to remind me. Our off blocks time is 25. I'll have a look at the charts and see what the taxi's like. As always, if you are watching, please say hi. Oh, actually, live chat isn't working, so let me just refresh that. Good, chat is now visible to me. Let's have a look. Oh dear. What just happened there? Interesting. We're still defueling. Did I hit the brakes by mistake? Chocks are in. Weird. Oh, now we're upside down. So your damper can come back on, just do a quick scan, make sure nothing else has gone off. Okay, weird. Just got to reset that. Whoops. Must have hit something instead of C. I just wanted to have a look at the scenery. Got Fort Boy Ortho. Yep, that looks pretty ortho to me. And whatever overlays come with that, I think. HD ones. It's a big old airport. I tell you what, they really don't muck about in the States, do they? Just huge. Everything is bigger. Some HD trees. Anyway, that's what it looks like. So, let's jump into the FMC. Tell you what, I'll get the weather first. And so we are at KDTW. So let's jot this down. It's 1853 Zulu. Wind is variable 04. 10 miles plus. Scattered at 7,000. Temperature 32, dew point 14. Altimeter 3001. Sea level pressure blurb. the FMC. Nav data is correct. RK DW. Delta 8. Just going to scribble that down on the plan, just in case we do get any controllers online. And we are off to Charlotte KCLT. Kilo Charlie Lee Tango American 1642. And the route is really simple today. We are going to STAZE. And direct to TAFTT. That's it. That gives us 500, close enough. Don't forget we've got some arrivals to add on to that, arrival and departure, so that's going to add a bit more. 0 fuel, 1177, that's not going to change. It's again £400 light, which is fine. You have a look at the fuel plan, you can see here, slowly draining the centre down. I'm going to load up in a minute. We'll ask for about 14,800. And our trip and taxi 7.6. And our reserves 54,555.6. Cost index I've got listed as 330. Not sure if that's true or not. 370 is our top of climb, and the wind's 304 or 1. That's hardly worth putting in. Top of climb ISA is +6. End up using almost, we might have insufficient fuel in a moment. So, that's loading up. I am going to load up the charts. And I'm only going to load up a couple for you guys. There you go, insufficient fuel. But I will load up a few more for me. IRSs have clearly aligned, so I can put the flight director on master my side, as indicated by the master light there. So airport wise, I think are going to need, we're on the north ramp, then we're going to need the airport, then we're going to need the departure, which is Calvin 2 on nav, so no nav aids required. Wow. Almost a work of art, look at it. So top out 17, so we can set that now. 17.1. And certainly from our position with light and variable winds, what runway are we going to prefer? 22 left is probably the answer, seeing as there is hardly any taxi for that runway. Light and variable winds, that is certainly going to do us, and it's 12,000 feet long. Why would we go over for an 8? It'd certainly be better for a landing. The longer length used for departure, that kind of makes sense. So, yeah, there'll probably be a big old D-rate on takeoff. North ramp, you can see us here, Delta 28, we can push back, see push back, there's a lot of notes here, legend numbered taxi hold point and a stop bar, so you can imagine that you'd get pushed back to hold at 6 on echo before being cleared out, and then that's a really nice short taxi, so we should be away a little bit early. So, with that in mind, let's have a look. 22 left is 216. Departure wise, get to a point, we're going to go 226. I'm just going to put this in here as a reminder. Then it's going to be 165. All the way to fall, Kelvin, and then all the way to STAZE. We'll read through the departure notes. Runway 03 right, that's an interesting place to have the MSAs from. Not quite sure we could code that into the fixes. So what I'll do is I'll just use the aerodrome reference point, which will probably be close enough. Excuse me, to give a rough guide for the MSAs. The MSA is 2,800. Departure, so we'll read through that departure. Pick up obstacles, speed restrictions. Ooh. So there's a restriction of 280 above 10,000 until cleared. You got departure depending on the runway. Cool, so there's not a huge amount to do there. 3001. Set. Let's get the fuel loading. Which was 14800. It's actually 14790, but I'll request just a little bit extra. And I might as well pre-plan a better pushback while I think about it. There you go, that is numbered as well, isn't it?
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
It's nice and easy. Gonna get rid of that one over there. Check the takeoff config warning and we can start loading up the jet. We might actually not be early at this rate. 1940 is our time. We should have been just pushing, getting ready to push now, so we're a little bit behind. So no ATC online. So with that in mind, I'm going to go over here and do this. We have decided, I'm just getting the charts up on my iPad. Where were we, Calvin? 2. It's going to be 22 left. Calvin 2. Via STAZE. You can enter that in. We'll check it in a moment. Of course, you wouldn't execute it until you check it, I know. But single crewed only. Parker 3 arrival. Via TAFTT, which we know. Then we'll sort the runway out when we get there, but at least we've got that arrival in there. Descent forecast. I'm going to take off my OFP. I'm going to put it in now while I think about it. We're going to be up at 37, so we want 31, 200, 100, 036. Of course, this won't change, but the other information can. At 16, 013. Of course, you can do this in the cruise, but I'm still going to wait for the fuel. And 010 at 10. So we've got our departure and arrival information. Runway 22 left, textual departure is climb on heading 216. 216 we have, the runway heading. 2. there is definitely an above 1146. Booze. Ratio below 7. All above 4. Then, as we like, outbound 206 Calvin. Interesting that it hasn't picked up that speed restriction. But I'm going to ignore that for the time being. And then, of course, we've got to check the arrival on the way in. But that's it. So, like I say, textual departure, climb heading 216 to 1146, then direct booze. On track 226 to cross ratio at or below 7,000. Track 165 to cross fall at or above 4,000. Then from fall 206 to Calvin, and then on transition maintain 17,000 or as assigned. Expect your file 10 minutes after departure. Cool, so we've got that. Takeoff performance. We know what runway we're going to be using, which is 2 left. I've got that right, haven't I? 2 left, yes. Gonna be right at the end. Gonna update the weather, variable at 4. I'm gonna call it a little bit heavier. And we can take, that's interesting, 24k, 44. I've added a little bit of extra weight because it's certainly not going to burn our taxi fuel off. So runway 22 left, full, it's a dry runway, just write this down on the plan, flap 5, 24k, limit of 44. I think we finished fueling, so let me just scribble down what we've got there. We've got 7410, 740 gives us 028, 14820, which is ever so slightly above what we've asked for. Scribble that down all over the plan. Just so that we can do our fuel calculations. So that's all written down. Are fueled. So we can get seatbelts on and through this. So 24k, 44, flap 5, variable at 4 knots. We're not going to put anything in for that. CG is there, trim of 5. Go for 1,000, 1,500 for the acceleration. Haven't actually read through the noise abatement, which you would in reality. And the V-speeds I've got 133, 134 and 139, so I'm happy to take 140. 216, 17, still no one online. So I'm happy that we've self-cleared for that departure. No nav aids. We were going to put the fix in of, because if I try runway, try 03 right, not in database. So K DTW. Be a 25, and then we know 2,800 is the MSA within that circle. So there we are. Let's get the APU started.
The seatbelt sign is on. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt.
Just down to a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away, all overhead bins are closed, and all passengers are seated.
Get the parking brake on. Like I I said, no nav aids. You could tune the ILS for your preferred runway. So one thing we have done is the MFRA of 1700. Pretty close. So there we go, we've got the AP on. Lead can come on, shut the door, and we can call for push.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Now remember, we connect first. Well, we are online, so connect first before you do anything. I think we might just about be a little bit early. So we've got a stop margin of over 1100 meters. Plenty. As always, guys, it says there's a couple of people watching, so please say hi. Definitely sorted the fuel out. Let's check. Yes, the center pumps are off.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
So we are going to put to hold point 6 on echo, and then effectively go
So
from there.
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Detroit traffic, American 1642, stand Delta 28, push and start, holding point 6, taxi line echo. So 2000 set. Alt off, engine instruments, pumps on, anti-collision, we've self-cleared. Not the longest, but it's not the shortest push. Go ahead and start them straight away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding door is not closed. Flight attendants prepare doors for departure. Cross check, fare price drop, stand by for all call.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Okay, doors shut. There is nobody around. Should have all stopped. Signal beacon on. So, let's get the brake off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
It's 34. And we got 7390, 7410. How's the old frame rate doing? Too bad. Thanks for stopping there, the vegan food truck. It's going to drive through us, isn't it? Creeping forward. Crazy baggage cart guy. Oh no, he slowed down and stops as well. Wow. Smash through the tug. Oh well. Nothing's perfect. Let him go. Anyway, we've got the pumps on. Let's get the packs off. Start engine number 2. There we go, there's the engine view that I set up. Just forgot about that. So looking for max motoring between 20 and 25. There's 25. cold day in Detroit. Summer's probably pretty humid as well. Cold winters. So that looks like a stable engine to me. 2, 4, 6,
Operation
6.
complete. Set parking brake.
Set. Start engine number 1.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Go. 2, 4, 6, and 6. It'll take a little bit of time, so we'll run through the flow while he disconnects. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight. So we'll hold here and wait for the flap. There's the pin, so flap 5. Flight controls, full forward, full aft, left, right, left rudder, full right rudder. Trim, set, stars are obviously on, course checked, then the before taxi, after start, whichever way you want to look at it. So generators both on, no lights, APU off, not required, start switches continuous, anti-ice, probes are on, anti-ice is off, not required. Air conditioning, packs auto, leads on, isolation valve, auto, flap, 5 required, 5 set, green light. Stab trip, 5 required, 5 units set. Start lever, 2 engines, D10. Flight controls checked, recalls checked, we are therefore to taxi. Detroit traffic, American 1642 taxiing from boarding point 6, taxi line Echo by Yankee 10, hold short runway 22 left. So self cleared, all the lights can come on. Now clear left, clear right. Going to go straight ahead where the points join, and that looks like our holding point. We're going to hold and then do the pre-departure checks. We're going to be a little bit late now. So brakes off, configs checked. RLNAV and VNAV for this departure. There's our holding point. So really not far to go.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
So 22 left, Yankee 10. Stuttering seems to be a little bit worse here. See concrete runway ahead of us, so a little bit difficult to see the markings. Here is the hold though. So, brake set. We're going to self-clear for takeoff. Rid of that. So, trim 5, 140, 140, and 5 set. All's checked, we can pop the lights on. Cabin is secure. Get the departure chart up, I'm going to have to zoom that in a bit. So runway heading until 11:46, direct boost. And 226, everything on there, LNAV should be able to handle. It's just, I'm not going to hand fly this, we'll just see if it does the 11:46. I don't know if Zibo's coded that yet. So, nothing seen. Out there, I suppose I could taxi forwards a bit more. Detroit traffic, American 1642 lining up, taking off, runway 22 left, Calvin 2 departure. Fix off, configs checked again, get going. Gives me 1944, 11:03,
approaching 2 left.
A little bit quick. Got loads of runway to play with, but still try and maximise use of it as much as possible. Do a rolling takeoff, 40%.
On runway 2 left.
Light winds, there we are, 216. 40%, stable, power, toga, bang on time. So as always, full pressure until 80 knots. 80 knots. The aeroplane straight with the rudder, large inputs to start with. Smaller if you speed up, the rudder becomes more effective. And on the throttle, V1.
V1 rotate.
You're all committed to go flying, and then smoothly pitch up about 3 seconds to 10 degrees.
Positive brake.
Gear up onto the flight director. LNAV is the mode. Back on the flight director. So 1146. When it does, I think it will go to that point before we go direct. All those looking pretty good here, as are the overlays. That's pretty cool. Stuttery. Aeroplane accelerating, flap 1. Passing flap 1, flap up. Go. So 226 is roughly what we should be tracking. There it is. Passing flap up. And auto brake off. Flaps up, no lights, gear up and off. The start switches to off or auto. Airplane diff pressure is increasing. Airplane is pressurizing. 4 pumps. Calls checked. Release the crew. Well above the MSA already. That matters on a severe KOK day like this. Yes, that's Lake Michigan. Should probably check. And we are on our way. We've got a flight time estimated 1 hour and 19 minutes. So a little bit of time in the cruise, not the longest trip. For some reason the schedule is coming at 2:25. It's more like 1 hour 45 and an estimated block time of 1 hour 42 for us. So you can see there that the airplane is levelling off to respect that restriction. There is no ATC online. I'm going to out intervent to get rid of that. And I'm going to set 370. 3737. I'm going to do the European thing. Set standard now. Get told to level off. Anybody then? Out hold. Press. What's it go back to? Yes, it does go back to what we had. Entry cloud well above 10 degrees. Oh, that's quite cool. Nice. And then 165. Take. There's 10,000. The airplane's accelerating. So it should max 280. Let it off. This increasing. Still 4 pumps. Cabin is increasing steadily. Let's check it's not bumpy. We'll let the punters out. Their usual telephones. That's it. Pretty chilled this one. So Indy 11955 I've got tuned up and ready. We took off at 4:04, 4 minutes late. And coming over all late there again. 4:05. I'm going to be there at 5:1. That makes it +6. SimBrief doesn't quite get the departures right for speeds. It's bouncing around a bit. Wind is changing ever so slightly, but it's not variable, so really any turbulence with that. Although I think you can see every time it changes, the speed changes, the airplane dips. There you go, that's increased by a knot, so the airplane's just pitched ever so slightly. Seemed really stuttery, but okay, yeah, there was some dips there. She is in the turn. 51 overhead. What's our fuel here? So I like to keep this one quite zoomed in once that waypoint it's level with us. Take the fuel, it's going to be 65 something then. Be 10 and 30. 0, 4, 0, 13. So it's now 206. Got a map to the joystick, which really helps. Cargo center, I guess that's O'Hare. So I think we'll be speaking to India in a few minutes. He's open. O'Hare, ATIS, the ATIS. Awesome. 200. 10 check. Already done. Standard. 4 pumps. Cabins at about 3.5. Diffs at 6.6 and climbing steadily. Don't forget to check the life support. And that is the FIR boundary. See, there's the start of the arrival. It's really not a very long leg. I think the flight plan listed as 104 miles between those 2 points. Obviously that's going to be 80, so longer on that. 104 miles between those points. Very long star, so for a 500 nautical mile route, the star takes up 400 nautical miles, give or take, which is pretty mad. No idea what that is down there, but that looks good. Square fields everywhere is just so strange. Cool though. Just as we go past TAFTT. So pretty chilled approach really, departure even. 10 minutes to the climb we've got, we should be a little bit earlier than that because we ditched the restriction. I think SimBrief takes those into account. We're racing the 40s and still get stuttering. Vulcan. So we think we're going to be there at, oh, it's pretty much 59, isn't it? So still +6. So I'm going to listen to Indy. So approaching 300, bank angle to 10. Last 10 check. Diff's coming to 7.6, cabin's about 5.5. Still climbing steadily, still got 4 pumps. Oh, going up on 12,000 pounds of fuel. Very similar again. Roads leading to a town. Gridded fields, but these odd angular. I suppose there must be a grid to most things in the States. A little bit less organic than in Europe. Look at those east-west. East-west lines. Up here, hardly any drift. At 480, I think the max drift was 1/8, so 1 degree if it was completely the beam. So you can see it's a degree or less drift. – 60 knots, max drift would be all of that 9. Again, max if it was 50 degrees to you. 120 knots would be half, which would still only be 4 degrees. You can see how that pattern goes. Is and he said hello American 1642 passing flight level 355 climbing flight level 370 Renty.
American 1642 centers block 6606.
Squawk 6606 American 1642.
To go.
We'll do that. Give a minute or two early on the top of climb. No, we weren't directly to you, were we? Because this is still on the departure, so we were technically still on the Calvin 2. So the radio call should have been Calvin 2. Passing
42, cellular contact. 22 miles north of the Rosewood VOR, radar indicated 370. Good afternoon.
Copy, American 1642. So we made contact about 5'9".
Lindbergh was not any more with you. November 4574. Anything Roger 17 left, Kilo cross November Delta. 1 left.
Sketchy these guys. A little bit loud in the headphones. Anyway, it's looking pretty nice. So we've left Cleveland. We are talking to Indy. We're going to keep going down. They should. should give us the arrival, because it's still in an area. FIR. And we're crossing into the Atlanta on the arrival. No wind up here. Wow. So let's have a look at the charts. KCLT. So the arrival is the Parker 3. Again via TAFTT. That's the transition. So that's the Parker 3 arrival. The transitions. There we are over Rinty and we made up a minute. So 0. Just scribbling this down on the OFP. 03. That makes us +4.
Brickyard 3716, we're back with you on voice. Brickyard 3716, sure, roger, thank you.
And we've got about 800 pounds of additional fuel.
Where are you at? There you are. Number 45, 74. Wind to Muhammad Ali 050 at 8 knots, RNAV control. Runway 17 left, clear for takeoff. RNAV control, left for takeoff, 17 left. Number 45, 64.
So, those are the transitions, you can see them there. So that's Willem. And I guess Parker actually starts at Susan, which is odd. Where does it take us standing north? I guess that's what we're going to expect. That's the Charlotte VOR again. Runway 05. Now we might be able to put that one in for the arrival. I do doubt it. See, it's offset slightly, so you can just about use the Charlotte VOR if we needed to. 10 nautical mile holding pattern over the top, just really interesting. Runway 18 left, centre and right, 2-3 transitions. You can see get to bit of Parker. It's completely different. 57, okay, so about 3.3 miles. 6.5 Bolton and Camper that way, which is a bit of an interesting way of bringing it, to be honest. I guess it's because they're just so close together here and they're quite difficult to see. See, there's some interesting terrain. I guess those are the Appalachians. As we head over the top, en route holds could be given. That's unlikely. FIR boundary for Atlanta, who are offline, is Mahaf at this point here.
Citation 176 call. Second. Who was the last aircraft calling the center? Pratt 776.
So we've got our arrival. I'm going to get the weather. Let's do it here.
Number 45, 74, descent your air contacts here, altitude. Passing 3,400, number 45, 74. Number 45, 74.
1852. We're 107. Miles plus scattered 4,400 towering cumulus.
Citation 17680, sir. Descent via the jacks to arrival.
Gives an idea there might be a bit of energy about there. You can put box. The TCUs.
Arrival 297, creep by left, runway 14, top.
Broken 30.
Damn, September 3001. Where are you parking at? Millionaire or Signature? We're parking at Signature 3001. Roger, expect visual for T3 left. Right, expect visual for Q3 left 176.
So we'll do the performance when we get a bit closer. Obviously this guy might give us our arrival, but we're going to rapidly stop speaking to him.
Labor 4574, coming to Bravo T30.
So it's going to be one of the 36s. Just having a look at the parking stands. So Delta would be preferable.
Yeah, you're parking on the signature side. We'll keep you on that side of the airport.
And it's the shorter runway, so 36 right.
Really familiar. Sorry. Yeah, signature's down off of the Delta way, right off the T3 left. Roger.
So what do we got for
I'm
36
asking
next?
millionaires on the 23 right side. So if you're going to signature, yeah, 23 left. Sounds good. What's up?
36 right has an ILS and a GPS and a Cat 1. ILS goes down to Cat 3B, which is 0 visibility, 0 decision height. Cat 3A is 600 feet visibility. The Cat 2 decision heights are at 119, or on the Barrow 827, which is actually lower. So there must be some undulating terrain there. To be able to take a lower minimum. Cat 2, okay, special aircrew and aircraft certification required is the note for all of those. Cat 1 is of course 200 feet with full 1800 feet or half mile visibility.
Driver 4574, maintain 5240. Maintain level 240.
There is a special authorization Cat 1 procedure, which goes down to 150 feet, so that's a quirky US thing. Then there's the on-nav.
International information. Bravo is now current winds are 0301010 miles visibility. Scattered 6,500, scattered 7,000.
So we're going to load
32.18 altimeter.
both of those up. So 36 right. I've got them combined because these charts show all categories, whereas the airline option doesn't, so you can get a lot more information on there. They squeeze a lot more in. The RNAV GPS Yankee 36 right. I've got loaded up as well. Yeah, you can see it there. And airport info. Have a look at this one just for a second, just to see the runway widths.
1057 heavy, Roger.
They're all 150.
UPS 1057 heavy, go ahead please.
Yeah, all 150.
UPS 1057 heavy, cross Charlie, CB Bravo 17 right. Cross runway.
And you can see we're going to Delta 7 here, so runway, and if we can vacate Charlie 10.
Runway 17 right, we are Charlie.
That's us.
Cross
That's 52.
runway 29er on Bravo. UPS 1057 heavy.
Then we can enter the ramp at Charlie 10.
Heavy cross, taxiway,
Or we can come back down and round.
Bravo. Runway 17 right.
Anything else I'm going to read through?
Taxi via Charlie, cross
There's no
runway.
arrivals or anything, so that's pretty much it.
29er on Bravo and Bravo 217 right, UPS 1057 heavy.
So I'm going to step through that arrival in a minute. I don't know actually because we're coming up on STAZE.
Bravo to 17 right.
And we're going to get there at 147, calling 15, back to +6, which is weird.
57 heavy is the Roger. Thank you. Brickyard 3716. Empire Space North Chicago Center signed off. Switch over here, come have a good flight over there. I will go over to you.
Really stuttery.
3716, good day.
It's looking nice. It's a bit of river and that's pretty good. Really does add to the immersion. And I guess that colour is just a colour. There's no firm lines.
Citation 176 information. Tango's current in Indianapolis. Let me know when you have Tango. That Tango 176. 6, Roger.
So STAZE, I've got the arrival 3. Go. So until we get to Willem 330, you can see we're not going to be doing much of a descent well before then. Still got a bit of time.
Yes, sir. We are just
531, 533.
UPS 1057 heavy.
UPS 1057 heavy, Roger. Thank you.
640, so we've got about £700 additional fuel over and above because we had such a short taxi. A bit more of an efficient climb. So, I'm going to send that again and see if we can update it. Hello, aviation is my life. Good to see you. Have you been on here before? I'm sorry if I don't remember. 2993, so we can put that into the December forecast. Not that it makes much difference. Transition level is of course fixed. Those forecasts aren't going to change. And we will think about popping our arrival in once we step through these legs. So, Milan there, 270, yes. 330, yes. 240, yes.
UPS 1057 heavy.
Susan,
Just
270.
a small change in our
190.
flight plan. We would like to cruise at flight level 390,
Parker,
not flight level 410. Do you approve it?
And you can see
1057 heavy, Roger. That's approved. I'll amend your plan.
that's where it's getting us to. 25,
All right, sir.
12,000.
Thank you very much.
And as soon as we're coming down here, we need to put in an arrival. So, we said 36 right. On our Yankee, we'll go for. Now, let's have a look. 6 right. Hiccup, yes. And let's step through this. Parker. Oh dear. Parker 3, yes. Parker 3. Via TAFTT, and we may have to put these all in. Really be interesting. So let's just make sure. Okay, so that hasn't inserted anything. We get to Sousa, we get to Parker, we get direct to Heckham. So PAYKN 157 15, yes. At 250, yes. Now I'm just going to put, you can't do these restrictions, so I'm going to put 12,000. Let's do it this way. 20A. And then FAC. I could play around with the transitions, but that might just take too long. 155, 5.6 at 12. And 250. CEDOX. Then non-standard name. Now, so FAC. Oh, I managed to miss one. QEE. So we go back and FAC. CDocs. We got to THAC 5.6, 155, 6.2, 184. Okay, close enough. 8.2, yes. Val is 184. Okay, so 12, yes. And from Val, let's step through that and see what it looks like. So, just move this down. I hope you guys can see. Sorry, that's probably not good enough, is it? Just about does all. So we're happy with all those. Willen, yes. All the way to Parker. Yo, Packen. 12 above, which is all I can manage. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll do 15 below. Because we've got that stop for the next one, so that will work quite well. It's 12A there anyway.
Citation 176, you still descending the other tracks too.
Packen, FAC, EQE, CDocs, Val, and then Heckham. That's not the best intercept, so I'm going to create a custom waypoint here. And for that, how far out is Heckham? Okay, I suppose we could take a shortcut. Still probably need an intercept there. And for the RNAV, it's not so bad.
57 Heavy is Bravo 8 going to work for you. Do you need the full length?
So the MSA is 3.8. So
we don't need
Lancer.
the full length. We are light, so we can go early.
That's not too bad. And what I'll do is I'll create a point, maybe a couple of miles out this way, just to ease that transition in. Let's just see how it comes out. 36 right in the fixed page. Step through all of these. Six right, and then Locas is the hold of 4.
Air Canada 7028, flight level 330.
Oh boy. Right, let's
Air Canada
zoom in.
7028, Indy Center, good afternoon. Squawk ident.
Squawk ident.
Okay, that's and intercept. A bit more idea if that was flyover. So we could create an intercept here. So if you take 30 degrees off of
Air Canada 7028, Indy Center, I see your ident. Just about to Bluefield. Further indicator 330, good afternoon.
So the inverse of 30 degrees off of that. 153. So we could create a 30-degree intercept out here. Let's try that.
Check runway 17 right, 8,700 feet remaining. Takeoff.
So 033. So add 30 degrees onto that for the intercept.
Clear for takeoff, runway 17 right. We are now.
That's 213. Should we say 4 miles?
Lima, Echo, November, Echo.
I'm now in 1057 heavy.
Something like that. Let's see how that comes out. That looks alright. I'll have that. What's the worst that could happen? At least that gets us a little bit more flyover rather than cutting that. We could have gone to gender and come in, but that'll do. Wow, stressful. We are not LPV because we have ON, so we are on 1229.
Citation 176. Please descend as published. Return as published for Southern for Teddy 6.
So ONAV VNAV 36 right. Set nothing else to set. 003 for info. And now we've put the arrival in, we can forecast our landing weights. You can see.
Now it should be peaking at 6 for the 2-3s.
Felt like we had a bit of a stutter there.
Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, that caddy at 4s for landing 1-4. Okay,
so we think we're going to burn 2,000 pounds of fuel from here. Which gives us a landing weight of 125.6 is our estimate. 25.6, let's put that in so I don't forget it. 004 on the course. Okay, so that explains why everything was out a little bit. Like I said, just for info.
1057 heavy.
Charlotte VOR is 1150. So let's just tune that. Display will identify when we get closer.
Climate maintain 10,000, UPS 1057 heavy.
And we can do the landing performance with the runway 36 right. And we can update the weather if we need to. Last was 010 at 7.
American 1642 cross line, maintain 51290.
Was that Mahalf for American 1642?
Yeah, I said that wrong.
Mahalf. And that was that 290 American 1642?
Yeah, it's for American 290.
Roger, 290 Mahalf, American 1642. So that's going to screw us up a little bit.
Citation 176, you are not flying the arrival as it is published.
0.
Can you advise? Yeah, we're setting up for the visual.
290.
Okay,
So we can set up.
for the visual. This is controlled airspace.
Guy knows his stuff. I just didn't hear. It was difficult to spot that. So you can see that one there. Mahalf. Regardless, there's no expectation on there, so that could have screwed us up a little bit. It's going to bring our descent forward. We're going to be level a long
If you don't want to follow
way.
instructions, Cap, I'll have to report that.
Just log off.
No, we want to follow instructions. The plate said 4,000. No, that's not what the plate said for 2-3 arrival. Roger. I already told you that. You already concurred.
Okay, so I think we were in the middle of this. 30 is the temp. Our pressure is 2993.
Power airspace now, and you're still with me, so that's an issue right there.
Okay, the guy's been. It's a bit unnecessary. Flap 30, it's a long runway.
I appreciate it. I'll let us up.
1, 2, 5, 6, Euro 5, still not a headwind. And you can see, okay, order brake 1 just takes us over the edge there. Order brake 2.
GPS 1057 heavy economy, take follow 230.
We have got
Climate maintenance flight level
8,000
230,
feet of
UPS
runway.
1057 heavy.
Order brake 2 should actually be pretty much level with where we want to come off, so happy with that. Order brake 2, flap 30. 1, 2, 5, this is why it's good to write it down, 0.6, 3138, 5, 138 plus 5, 143. Scribble that down.
See that coming and messing everything up. I'm trying to focus attention on multiple aircraft, multiple sectors.
Maybe take it private, I don't know. I think you'd get a phone call afterwards, wouldn't you? Whatever. So, we're pretty prepped for the arrival.
I do appreciate the quality, Captain. Mark 4574, you're one of them. Leave my respect to the north. Chicago Center's offline, switch over to Unicom. Have a good flight.
In fairness, north or south.
Or Unicom on way to reach.
Turbojets. Probably should have read through that.
Thank you.
Bouncing around. Yeah, there was no expect. There was. Pretty sure I did have a cursory scan, but there was nothing for that. So anyway, we're overhead Taft. Ugh. Lovely looking scenery here. Rivers, forests. What is it? 2028 plus 5 and overhead 478. Gives us fuel 08. So again, we're still 400 pounds of fuel over and above what we should be at this point, even with that 15-minute reserve as well. So the estimated fuel would be including that 15-minute reserve, so we've got 400 pounds over and above that. And the pounds is probably going to give us maybe an extra 5 minutes. So we've got 20 minutes additional reserve.
Yes, 1057 heavy climbing, take follow 390.
So I'm going to pop the hardware throttles all the way back to idle.
1057 heavy.
Got the auto brake set for the approach. Got the ILS handy, but what's that? Not using WAS. Final approach course 004. High at 25. Which is effectively the GS intercept point, although we'll probably pick it up a bit further out because these are all at or aboves. LPV, no, we don't have those. We are using our Navina's 1229. Barrow, don't use RA 502. So touchdown 750, yes, close enough. Missed approach is 1320 and then right turn 4000 direct to LOCAS, which is an RNAV point, so there's no nav aid fix for that. Circling, no. Simultaneous approach, yes. Operations, flight director autopilot required during simultaneous, so you can't fly that. LNAV authorized during simultaneous. So you'd have to use the LPV, so we'd have to use the ILS if it was simultaneous, because we can't use the LPV. Uncompensated, not below 11 degrees, or above plus 54. And we're going to have to ignore RZs, which implies that it is. So they're not coincident. Anyway, let's enjoy the scenery for a bit, shall we? American 1642, leaving flight level 370.
American 1642, sir, roger. Thank you.
So it just helps the controller out if you let them know that if you've been given a when ready or descend by, it just helps them out. Lets them know. And we're going to be level for a little bit at 290 at this rate. Whilst we go down the start, once we get offline, hand it over to Unicorn, I'm probably going to go for a quick toilet break. And we're on our own. Plane's hunting a little bit there.
Thanks for your help. Lincoln Margaret's based in the south. Atlanta Center's offline. Switch over to Unicom. Have a good flight to Charlotte.
122.8. We'll see if we can manage it all by ourselves. Thanks for the service. Have a great day. Right, American 1642. Bye bye.
You too, Cap. Good evening to you, sir.
Cool. So he was happy. 29. And what I'm going to do is step through the island. What have we got? Lowest points. We should step through these one by one. So the next restriction is 240. So I'm going to set that, and you'll notice that the airplane will descend and level off by itself. It's actually going to be 19 by the time we get there. So, take my leave. Oh, Zibo. Thanks to Zibo. 1 hour ago, fix 15. Scoundrel. Every single time. I think he must watch my streams and do it deliberately. So, just to annoy me. Anyway, quick toilet break. And I'll be back with you guys in a minute. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to pick them up. And that'll give me a little bit of time to answer. Otherwise, we are going to be inbound, doing our own thing. See you in a minute. Okay, so we are back. There's some pretty cool looking scenery. Colour matching went a little bit off, but you know what, it's pretty good. I mean, probably prettier. Like, so I have a feeling that some of the stuff that's a bit further out has been done just at like zoom level 14 satellite wise. Obviously you get a bit better colour matching, but then can unfortunately get clouds. Anyway, looks good. So, coming up to this point, and I'm going to set T, be cleared to December the star, down to an altitude. So, I'll tell you what, I'll set 12,000 because that's the at point at THAC. And we'll see what we get. Let VNav do its very capable thing. What are we doing time-wise? So, 21:04. Oh, ages. Got a half hour mucking about with this. Good thing I didn't get the pack sat down already. So, we're almost on Willem. What we'll do is update the weather. We can send that again, update it. In 52 Zulu. .340 at 9. There's the airplane slowing for the descent. So Willem should be at 270. Just about making that restriction. 5 knots too fast, I think. Start descending in a minute. You can see the path deviation indicator coming down pretty rapidly. See how smoothly this goes. 409, 10 miles. Guided 47 TCU. 250. It's 32. 19. It's 992. So we don't even have to change it. So let's just update that descent. Not going to make a huge amount of difference. And I'm going to update on the calculator here the weather to 340. Still +5, 8 knot headwind, so we might just be able to make. Oh no, not quite. Doesn't really matter. It's still 143. 138 +5 is still 143. 21:03. Critical man, hi. Did they ever see me before? Welcome. Enjoy. Hope you like it. Hope my ramblings around the virtual skies keep you entertained. Landed at 21:03, so we're going to be 4 minutes late. This is our estimated time. But we might be a little bit early on blocks. Yeah, maybe about the same. Whatever. It's not a huge difference. Of course, I suppose you could end up with a shortcut. Sort of shortcut, I suppose direct to Val would cut it off a little bit, straight line it through there. Anyway, fix is, it's still VMC, so we're going to have a 4 mile fix ring. 10 mile fix ring for flap. And MSAs, let's see if we can do runway 05. Well, we can, because it knows the we're coming into, so that's 25 miles from there. There's our MSAs, and the MSA goes out to Packen. Yes, that matches up, there's Packen, you can see it there. So that does tally. And the MSA is 3,900, so that's our reference for that. You're picking up the Charlotte VOR. Not much use apart from holds. we go, inbound. What time did we say? 4:20 minutes. Get the pack set down. There we go. So yeah guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll have a bit less time to answer them as we get a bit further down. You can see VNav is bouncing around a bit and we're a little bit slow, so I'm just going to manually add a little bit of throttle because VNav will go full, go max chat and then cut it off a little bit, so always add a little bit. It's still in arm, so we can take control of the throttle just to get the airplane back on. It certainly is bouncing around a bit. The wind is not really changing, so I'm not quite sure why it's hunting so much. And you can see we've got a top of descent 12,000, so we are going to be levelling off, or know that might actually be at the same point. Difficult to tell. Clear as we get closer. One thing I will do is, it's direct, so you can't really do anything. Let's just put 093 on that. The reason I've done that, have a look, is that's the hold from locus. I know it might just be in line with the VOR. I doubt it, but it will be direct there. Will be not much use. It says 004 on both sides, but it's not going to make any difference. Oh no, VNav. And you can see we got a little bit quick, so even though my hardware is left there, the aeroplane has idled the throttles. So, airplane's depressurising pretty happily. There we go, at least it got a bit worse there. Shame it doesn't transition that a bit better. Sedate approach this. Hey, we got some traffic. Oh, okay. It's on standard. Leveling off. What's going on? Oh, slowing. See that traffic. Sorry about the noise. At 9 o'clock, above us descending. It should be slightly above the horizon. Shame, I don't think I've seen. Look on the VATSIM. Maybe that spear is. I'm not seeing anything on the scope. Oh, Atlanta's online. 3-2. 7.
Center Mountain Air 149, welcome back. Mountain Air 149 Atlanta Center, squawk 2006. 2006. Delta 340 is with you. I am proceeding direct heck-up to set up for the ILS 36 right. Delta 340 Atlanta Center, squawk 2053. 2053, roger. Mountain Air 149, roger. The shot altimeter 29902. You can set up for a, you said a visual 36 right, you want the ILS? Well, I'm setting up for the ILS, but I'll take a visual approach, Mountain Air 149. Mountain Air 149, roger. Set up maintain 5,000 and flight present heading vectors, visual 36 right. Visual 36 right, Mountain Air 149, down to 5,000.
Atlanta, good afternoon, American. 1642, Parker 3 arrival. We've planned for the RNAV GPS 36 right.
American 1642, Atlanta Center, squawk 2046.
2046, American 1642.
Delta 340, radar contact, 20 miles to the northeast of Barrett's Mountain VOR, climbing through 15,000. Or correction, descending through 15,000. Roger. We on the track 3 arrival into Greensboro. Delta 340, roger, cross tracks at 11,000 to Greensboro, altimeter 29903.
Get interesting now.
2993 and cross tracks at 11,000, Delta 340. Who else was calling there?
Delta 776, radio check.
Bouncy.
Delta 776, Atlanta Center, loud and clear.
Roger.
I haven't heard loud and clear for a while.
Right now,
As we go.
waiting takeoff clearance.
Delta 776, squawk 2037.
2037, Delta 776.
Delta 3090, Atlanta Center. Delta 340, you can set up for a visual approach like 5 right.
Guess our D-cell's down here somewhere.
Roger, visual approach to 5 right, thank you, Delta 340. Roger, 1642, radar contact, 24 miles northeast of the Charlotte Airport at 12,000. The shot altimeter 29902, set up for a visual approach line 36 right.
Altimeter 29902, visual 36 right, American 1642. So we're probably going to struggle with that. I don't know why that is picking that up. That's interesting.
Chapter 1745, Atlanta Center, squawk 2045.
Let me set the Charlotte VOR. Oh. Sort that out. Recycle there, solve that.
Squawk 2045. Delta 776 on S-Wall, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Delta 776.
Delta 776, just confirm RNAV to Swall.
Yeah, let's...
So we are going to Val. So we can expect
Delta
vectors.
340, proceed direct Hagen, descend to maintain 3,000. Atlanta, Delta 746, holding short on range 69 Atlanta, NTA requesting clearance. Delta 746, Atlanta Center, squawk 2012. 2012, Delta 746.
Atlanta Center, Delta 776, yes, confirmed. We have RNAV to SWA.
Thank you. JetBlue 1745, radar contact, 31 miles west of Greensboro at 16,000.
What have I got? Okay, that's fine.
1642 to center maintain 4,000.
Then maintain 4,000, American 1642.
Mount 149 Charlotte Airport is 11 o'clock and 19 miles. Center Delta 340, you will descend to 3000 and take in the point directed. Delta 340, direct to Pagan and descend maintain 4000.
Right, there we go. That should have got rid of that. We were going to have an ILS even though I had a random frequency.
Descend to 4000 and could you spell that point? Papa Alpha Golf Alpha November Pagan. It's on the 5 right ILS. Okay, Roger, thank you. Direct Pagan and descend to 4000.
So we're going to cruise that down.
149, turn left, I think 030, intercept only 36 right. Say again the heading for Mountain Air 149? 030. Left is 030, Mountain Air 149.
So no speed restrictions, we're happy with 240. I'm going to have to get slowed at some point.
Delta 746 on National Paul, we 27 right, clear Sega. Sequence for 27 right. 27 right, clear Sega.
Pretty nice down here. That is the airport.
Southwest 1434, runway 27 right, line of weight. So it's alright, line of weight, southwest
We are getting chucked about.
Southwest 1434, squawk 2074.
Lights on.
2074, southwest 1434. JetBlue 1745,
Close on.
2992, visual 36 right. Visual 36 right, 2992. Delta 776, radar contact altitude.
Passing through 4000, Delta 776.
Delta 776, climb maintain, level 350.
Climb maintain, level 350, Delta 776.
Mountain Air 149, Charlotte Airport, 12 o'clock and 16 miles.
Everyone's coming to Charlotte
Airport
today.
site, Mountain Air 149. Mountain Air 149, clear visual approach, 36 right, maintain 180 knots until AU.
AU.
180 till AU, Mountain Air 149. And cleared visual 36 right. Atlanta Center, Piper 5522 Lima, VFR request.
There he is on an intercept.
5522 Lima, Atlanta Center, go ahead. We are 18 miles to the east of Hickory Regional, and we'd like a clearance to land there. November 5522 Lima, the Hickory Airport, okay, yeah, roger them on.
So icing's not a problem. Bounced around. Let's see, we are pretty high. So we've got speed brake. So I'm going to hold that, start bringing the speed back. Back to the up speed.
November 5522 Lima, squawk 2042. 2042, and right now we're at 4600 to 3500.
Can I take that?
40 Greensboro, 12 o'clock and 18 miles.
I'll give us some guidance. We are coming onto profile, but we are now somewhat quick. So 3/8, so we're still above the MSA. 1000 is bringing us back. You can go flat 5 at this point if you really need to get down.
Center Mountain Air 149 to save, having to go completely around. I make a right 360. I'm still too high. Mountain Air 149, that's approved as requested. American 1642, turn left heading 090, vectors final.
Left heading 090 vectors, American 1642.
Down 1434 RNAV to football, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff. RNAV football, 27 right, clear for takeoff, southwest 1434. JetBlue 1745, center maintain 4000.
Oh, managed to not remember to reset that.
Speed 210.
Speed 210, American 1642.
340 Greensboro, that's 12 o'clock and 13 miles. Clear visual, Delta 340. Delta 340, clear visual, 25 right.
So we'll bring that back to 300.
Cleared visual approach 5 right, so to 340. Found at 149, wind 340 niner, runway 36 right, clear to land.
36 right.
That's not looking ideal, but yeah,
Delta 746 departure, radar contact, altitude.
This guy's busy, isn't he?
7.7. Delta 746, climb maintain, Papa tree 30. 327, 746. November 5522 Lima, squawk 2047.
So I think we'll go
Delta
direct.
340, wind 0208, rolling 5 right, clear to land. Clear to land 5 right, Delta 340.
He's giving us a base leg.
42 heading 030, intercept runway 36 right, localizer.
Heading 030, intercept localizer 36 right, American 1642.
American 1642, speed 180 for now.
Speed 180, American 1642.
Southwest 1434 departure, radar contact, stay altitude. 1434, passing 2000. Southwest 1434, roger, climb maintain, flight level 370.
So,
Climb maintain, flight level 370, southwest 1434. November 552 Lima, radar contact 1 mile to the east of the Barrett's Mountain VOR at 4,300. That is correct, sir, and we're going down to 3,500. November 5522 Lima, roger, Hickory Airport, 12 o'clock and 11 miles. 11 miles, 22 Lima. And what runway would you like today? Runway 24.
no, I'm just going to use that localizer for guidance, and then we'll be on LNAV.
Straight in for 5522 Lima. American 1642 traffic is at your 12 o'clock and 7 miles. He's westbound for now, going 737 at 3,900.
Visual and contact, American 1642.
American 1642, roger, and follow that traffic, clear visual approach, runway 36 right.
Follow the traffic, visual approach 36 right, American 1642.
Atlanta Center, Delta 61, for clearance CPC. Yes, stand by one, please.
So clear localizer. BOC, I've changed charts so I can see that. Really? What's this 180 for separation? Oh, 1 mile, don't know who that is. Above and to our right.
7 from 1434, any chance we can go direct to Gulf due weather?
We've got higher minimums than needed, so
Can you spell it out for me?
follow this down.
Double Golf on that, yeah, it's actually Golf, Oscar, Lima, Foxtrot. Southwest 1434, approved as requested. Thank you.
So glide path, because it's the RNAV, even though we're using raw lock, that's turned into a bit of a mess. Best approach is to 4.
JetBlue 1545, 1745, turn right heading 270, back to the final, speed
Now
180
that's picking up the other localizer, right?
Right,
Okay.
280, speed 180, JetBlue 1745. American
Does that help?
1642, wind 3409, your number 2 traffic, at about a 3 mile final, runway 36 right, clear line.
Go down 36 right, following the traffic, American 1642.
JetBlue 1745 on the rollout, traffic follows at your 2 o'clock and 5 miles. It's a,
Okay, let's go.
going 737.
LNAV.
JetBlue 1745, range of traffic inside. JetBlue 1745, follow the traffic, clear visual approach, runway 36 right.
That's gonna.
Clear visual approach, 36 right.
Nope.
JetBlue 1745.
Come on, let's go path. There we go. Because that had captured. Go flat 5, this has turned into a bit of a mess.
November 5522 Lima, Hickory
So
wind.
full speed brake. Flat 5, see what we can manage.
Clear to land, 22 Lima. JetBlue 1745, wind 0309, runway 36 right, clear to land number 3. Clear to land, 36 right, JetBlue 1745.
So we can always go gear early if we need to. We were in path, backing out. So there we go, that's why you don't switch halfway through an approach.
Mountain Air
Get down.
149 on the go. Mount Air 149, turn right heading 090, climb and maintain 3000.
It's a real dirty dive. So we maintain flap as it is.
340, turn left when able, taxi to park in the...
That's a proper unstable approach. This is terrible.
Roger, thank you, left when able, and to parking, Delta 340, so on. On 14, Freddy4 would like to request start to Jack, do weather. South 1434, considering Jack. Start Jack, Northwest 1344.
Okay, there we are, unstable, back on profile. Let the speed bleed off. Clear to land.
Delta 1761,
Flaps. Flaps.
40.
Oh, that's
Approaching.
terrible.
36 right.
Not going to make a landing gate there, are we? 500 feet. Nope.
Approaching.
It's probably one of the worst approaches I've done. Should have binned it.
Minimums 500.
Alright, there was American 273 clearance on request. Two officers called on the ground at Atlanta.
400. 300. 200.
That's dirty.
Mount Air 149, set up for a visual 36 right.
Just about rescued
Set
that.
up for visual 36 right, Mount Air 149.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, thump. No. Float. Down. Oh,
Mount Air 149.
could have been better.
Flying 180.
Could have been worse. Don't press on like that, guys. You don't need to.
Flight heading 180, Mount
So
Air
we're going to go manual braking at this point.
American 1073, clear the Charlotte Airport, field to departure.
80 knots.
Then I filed. On departure, maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 290, 10 minutes after departure.
We are going to make
Departure
the next
frequency
exit.
Squawk 2016.
That's horrific. I'm ashamed. Genuinely ashamed. We'll make the high speed.
American 1073, read back correct, runway 27 right for departure advisory taxi.
Badly recovered. It was unstable.
Mount Air 149, descend and maintain 3,000.
It was a good effort, but you wouldn't do it.
away from me, Mount Air 149.
Mount Air 149, roger.
American 1642, vacated 36 right, Charlotte.
American 1642, taxi to parking via Charlie, have a great day.
Charlie and parking, thanks very much for the service, bye-bye.
See ya.
Whew. Let's get the APU on.
Atlanta Center, this is Piper 5522 Lima, clear the runway, and we are parked. November 5522 Lima, roger, have a good day. Thank you so much. Center American 585 with you, descending from 520. American 585 at Atlanta
we
Center,
are.
squawk 2022.
585.
Let's go down here. Oh, that got an excellent landing. It was terrible. It was genuinely terrible. So let's get the airplane cleaned up.
Total 1761 Atlanta.
Lights off, strobes off, probes off.
You can
Reset.
expect...
I'm gonna follow this round and then do a right.
Center 32 heavy in Atlanta, still setting at February 6th.
Whew.
Delta 32, runway 27 right, taxi via Mike.
27 right via Mike, Delta 32.
Brake temps are not too bad at least.
JetBlue 1745, turn left when able.
So 26, we should be able to do it right over here.
At Charlie.
There's Delta 9, we're looking for Delta 7.
Crossing 5, runway 5 at Charlie, JetBlue 1745.
To the ramp.
American 585, ready to contact 15
There's
miles
Delta 7.
east, correction northwest of Greensboro at flight level 240.
Make it between all these cars.
American 585, descend via the chest before arrival, Charlotte's landing north to Charlotte, altimeter 29092.
Go, lights off, into harbour.
Sorry for arrival, American 585.
So I'm going to have to cheat, seeing as we've got no parking guidance. Let's get Vulcan back on, with some shadows as well. Bingo, on stand, 2108. So that was 1:21 flight time, horrific landing, 1:33. Definitely a go round, that was 100% a go round. Wanted to see if we could do it, not strictly legally. So 1 red, 2 blues, engine's dead. Have a look at that replay. Like I say, I'm not very proud of that. Mode confusion, definitely shouldn't have switched halfway through. So 20% N2, and then we can turn the beacon off. But yeah, thanks Mr. Zibo. What a great jet. So there we are, properly on stand. Let's have a look. We've got 3880, 3910, 52.
Delta 1761, cross Andre at 13.
So I am going to disconnect. Going to finish the flight on here. Pretty sure they won't notice that that was a horrifically illegal approach. I'm going to finish this flight. Bingo. That's cool. And I can't do ProjectFly right now. To try. There we go. There's ProjectFly. Complete flight. Don't watch that, whatever you do. That'll be terrible. So that's that flight completed on there. We are offline. Get the Zibo back on there, bit of advertising. And let's open that one. End the flight. Let's get the doors shut. Power back on the APU just in case. And here we are. Livery correct. That looks a bit odd. Yeah, it must be. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, that'll do us something like that, would you reckon? Inbound the cowboy. Like I say guys, not my proudest approach, but hey, we made it. Like I say, I would have done. If it wasn't 10 past 10 at night here, I'd have gone around off that planned to come in again. But it just goes to show how easy it is, especially when there's only one of you, of getting yourself into a little bit of pickle and mode confusion. Especially when it's something that you haven't briefed for. No, there was no bounce, so it was just a little bit of a balloon. But if you just hold that attitude in this, you need to pitch forward just a little bit, just to make sure there's no further climb. And the airplane, as it loses speed, will settle down. So it was just a round out, followed by an ever so slight climb. We can look at it again if you want. Not sure if you'll be able to see the elevator. So let's just... Oh, I don't think it touched. There was no puff of smoke. It was pretty close. At excess speed. So hardware-wise, it's all in the description. There is WARTHOG HOTAS, which is it's good. It's certainly better than Saitek, which I've got on top of my bookcase, which I look at. That depresses me every single time. It's got good resolution, got lots of good features, and it's quite useful. But it's left-hand only, and it's a stick, of course. So I would have been tempted to get the honeycomb yoke, but of course that's set up for left-hand capped inside and right-hand throttle. So till the throttle quadrant for that comes out, that's less than ideal. But if you want them and you want a stick, it's a really, really good made bit of kit, and it's got lots of buttons to help you out in your simming, so I can certainly recommend it, Patrick. Anyway, after my less than stellar approach, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for watching, thanks for joining. If you're new, please hit the sub, give it a thumbs up, and you'll get notified when I go flying again, and feel free to come and ask any questions and I'll answer them as best I can. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. Look after yourselves, and I hope to see you again soon. But from me for now, it's good night, and bye-bye.